I've never believed in the supernatural or paranormal, always thinking it was just superstition and fear-mongering. But now, as I cower in this dimly lit room, my screams echoing off the walls, I'm forced to confront the reality that some things cannot be explained. It started a week ago when I moved into this old Victorian mansion. The realtor warned me about the history, but I dismissed it. The house is cheap and seemed perfect for someone like me, reclusive, introverted, with no intention of making friends or drawing attention to myself. But as soon as I stepped inside, I knew something felt off. The air was thick and heavy, and shadows seemed to move independently across the walls. It wasn't until nightfall that I began to hear it. A low, incessant growling that never stopped. At first, I thought it might be an animal outside, but as the days passed, I realized it was coming from within the house itself. I tried ignoring it, convincing myself it was just my imagination, playing tricks on me. But then the doors began to slam shut, not by any wind, but with such force that would rattle the walls and make me jump out of my skin. And there were noises, disembodied whispers that seemed to be trying to communicate with something inhuman. It got to the point where I couldn't sleep, unable to shake the feeling that eyes were watching me from the darkness. Last night was when everything changed. As I lay awake in bed, the growling reached a fever pitch and the doors stopped closing on their own. Instead, they began to open of their own accord. One by one, they swung wide, revealing rooms that had previously been locked or hidden behind walls. It was as if whatever evil presence lurked here, it wanted me to know it was inside. I should have run, but I didn't. My curiosity got the better of me, and I crept downstairs into the newly exposed basement. The air was colder there, heavy, with the scent of decay. In the center of the room stood an ancient altar, covered in strange symbols that seemed to pulse with malevolent energy. And then it appeared. A figure, shrouded in shadow, its eyes glowing like embers from hell. It spoke in a language I couldn't understand, but somehow I knew it was summoning me, calling my name over and over and over again, until I stumbled forward, drawn to it against my will. The last thing I remember is the cold touch of bony fingers wrapping around my wrist as I fell, and then nothing. When I woke up, I was bound, hand and foot, suspended from the ceiling by chains that seemed to be made of living darkness. The figure stood before me now, no longer shrouded, but revealed in all its horrific glory. It's tall and emaciated, with skin like rotten wood, and eyes that burn with an otherworldly hunger. It reaches out a hand, and I feel the same icy touch as it traces down my face, marking me forever as its own. A voice hisses in my ear, promising to break me down until only the darkest part of myself remains. I scream,
and scream. But no one can hear me. The house has sealed itself off from the outside world, trapping me here with this monstrous entity. It feeds on my terror, growing stronger with every panicked breath I take. And when it finally speaks again, its words are now in my own language, resonating deep within my mind. I realized too late that the legends were true. The house has a dark history of human sacrifice and demonic rituals. And now, I'm about to become its latest victim, as the creature prepares to defile me in ways that defy comprehension. I can't help but wonder if my skepticism was truly deserved. Perhaps there's more truth to superstition than I ever imagined. The thought brings no comfort as I brace myself for what awaits, knowing that when dawn breaks tomorrow, nothing will remain of me except a twisted, demonic abomination. I'm trapped in this living nightmare, with no escape from the horrors that lurk within these ancient walls. And though my mind may fracture under the pressure, one thing remains certain. I'll never again dismiss the possibility of the supernatural, for now I know its awful, unyielding power all too well.